Hi, I'm Meg, and I'm here with the Fisher brothers from the Shed Yard in Colorado Springs. The brothers originally hail from Pennsylvania. They have Amish roots, so you know they're good carpenters. This is Ben, the tall gentleman here is Alan, and this is Dave.
And I'm Art. So Dave, can you tell us what we're going to be doing today?
Yes, today we are going to be putting insulation between the floor joists, and then we're going to be putting a subfloor on top of that.
Great.
Well-
Let's get to work.
Let's talk a little bit about what you guys just accomplished and the reasons behind it.
Okay, what we did is we cut insulation to put in between the floor joists to insulate the floor. And we bring it up to the height of what this is. And then we put the subfloor right on top of this.
So Dave, I noticed you're using two different layers. What's the reasoning behind using these two different layers?
Because they don't make a 3.5-inch styrofoam, so we get a 2-inch and an 1.5 inches to bring it up to the 3.5 inches that we need to bring it even with the top of the floor joist.
So by doing that, you're getting the maximum insulation value as you can in this floor.
Exactly.
I see you've developed a trick. Can you kind of explain what this is for and why?
Okay. This is like a C-channel, so the insulation goes in underneath the floor joist here. So what we do is we rip the piece down so it fits even with the floor joist.
So when you say rip, what does that mean?
Rip, if I say rip as far as cutting, it means putting on a table saw and cutting it the long way.
So it means you're basically cutting a little bit off here to make it skinnier.
Exactly.
Okay.
Like we're cutting a piece off of here, exactly, using a thinner piece to slip in underneath here.
Okay, and then what's this about?
This is to take a little bit off, like a 1/4 inch off, so it slips in underneath here, because that way the insulation is even with the top of the floor joist. So what I'm doing right now is putting sill sealer on top of these joists because they're metal, and in the wintertime it'll get cold and it'll have that little strip that'll be cold on your floor. So we put this on top of that to help prevent that cold in the wintertime.
So Ben, you're putting some fur material on the outside of the trailer. Can you explain what this is for?
That's correct. The house is actually wider than the trailer, so we need to gain some additional width. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this piece of cedar on. It's a 2x4 cedar, and then the wall will hang out over the trailer a total of 2 inches. So this is going to add as a bearing plate, and also when we bring our wall sheeting down, we'll be able to nail into the 2x4 because this is a piece of wood.
So your wood siding is also going to cover up the trailer. You won't see so much of the trailer.
Correct. Our wood siding will come all the way down to the bottom of the 2x4.
That'll look nice.
Very nice. And we'll just see a little bit of the trailer. So let's go ahead and install it. The first thing we do is we add the glue. And if this is a project you're doing by yourself, you might want to use some C-clamps and clamp it onto the bottom. So we just go ahead and put that in place.
I'll help you today, Ben.
All right. And we have the self-tapping screws.
So these screws that you're using, Ben, these are kind of a specialty product. You
They are.
describe to us?
They're a 2-inch screw, and they have a self-tapping head on them, or a self-tapping bit. So it'll go right into the it'll go right into the steel.
And these little wings on the side, I understand those will bore out the wood so you don't end up having your wood jacked off the material.
Correct.
And they they break off when they enter the steel.
That's correct.
It's a very clever design.
It is a good idea.
Is it quite a labor-saving thing for you guys?
It is, and if you have an impact, instead of just a regular drill, the screws will go in a lot easier with the impact wrench.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Alan, how are you going to attach the decking to the substructure?
Okay, so first of all, you see me put the glue on, and then we put the plywood down, and then what I'm gonna do is I have 2-inch nails here, they are ring shank, and we're gonna use those all the way around the edge here where we can attach it to the wood that we put on the outside. And I go approximately 7 to 8 inches apart, and then in the field, because of the metal frame, we can't use nails, so I'm going to use the same self-tapping screws that I used on the outside.
Okay, Ben, I see the subfloor is down, it's all secure, it's nice and tidy, and you've snapped some lines on the edge, around the perimeter. Is this for your bottom plate?
It is, and what I did, I came in 3.5 inches because our plates are 3.5 inches, so we snapped the line at 3.5 inches around the front and both sides, and on the back we need to go 5.25 inches because we have that wider plate for a shear wall.
Yes.
So we're 5.25 in the back. And it's very important that we have a square building. So what we did is we took a measurement from this side, from the line on the front wall, to where this wall is at the porch. And we take that measurement and bring it across to this side. We'll mark here. And now we're going to check the diagonal to make sure it's exactly the same.
So if it's a square, to choose equal right angled square or rectangle, your diagonal will be the same.
Correct. So which it is, they are exactly the same, so that tells us that this trailer, our house is square.
And why is that important for future construction?
It's very important for when we get up to the, if it's out of square and we get to the roof framing, our metal panels don't fit as good. Or even when we go to install the kitchen, if we're out of square, countertops don't fit and the cabinets don't fit together properly.
So basically you need 90-degree corners for other 90-degree objects to fit in them.
That's correct.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Well, good job.
Thank you.